You're listening to Radio Free Nashville, WRFM, LP Pasquo, Tennessee. 107.1 FM, 103.7 FM, Bellevue, Franklin, parts of Brentwood, and Fairview. I'm Angela Easley, your host. You're listening to the Rock and Blues Roots Review. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I hope you had an excellent Halloween and happy November. It's amazing that we are already in November of 2022. I got a lot of 20s going on. I'm excited to be back live on air since the pandemic began. So hello to everybody out there in Nashville and the World Wide Web. Here on Radio Free Nashville, we're hanging out with my good friend and super talented, multi-talented. We got all kinds of things to talk about him tonight. He says he doesn't get to talk about himself so much because he's always doing stuff for everybody else, which is very true because he's done some amazing work for me. Would you say hello to my good friend, Mr. Chaz Mazzota?
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
And we're hanging out here in the studio, and I told him when he came out, I said, I forgot to tell you it's in the woods, number one.
For real.
And then number two, I forgot to tell you we are totally retro. Retro is the new cool word for old school, right?
Yeah, 100%. I'm loving it.
But we're hanging out, having a good time. And so, Chaz, did you do anything fun for Halloween?
I got invited to a party, and dude, I don't know if it's just because I hit 30, but it was like, they told me, I was like, what time, we all headed to this party? He said 10 o'clock. And I was like, I was like, that's tough,
It's like, I might be getting a little drowsy by then.
So I ended up watching some horror movies on Netflix.
Oh, Lord, what did you watch?
It wasn't even horror stuff. It was this new series, The Cabinet of Curiosities.
Okay.
It's like these old school, just kind of like spooky stories.
Okay.
And then I gave out candy to a couple kids that ran by the neighborhood.
Yeah, I didn't get any trick-or-treaters. We don't get many there in my neighborhood, but I did watch some movies, and I hung out with my new little puppy. I got a new birthday puppy, a little Boston Terrier from my great friend, Miss Rhonda Ladner. If you're in the market for a puppy, she has amazing puppies in Mississippi, and it's Rhonda naskennels.com, so giving her a shout out. And my little puppy's name is Jackson Cupid Easley.
What a name, seriously. And he's so cute.
I know, he's so cute. And he is just 4 months old, and he's just a bundle of joy, and Chloe loves him. But we are going to have a great time tonight hanging out with Chaz, and he's going to play some music for us. So, Chaz, tell me a little bit, and everybody, so you do multiple things. So where do you want to start with all your talents?
Yeah, where do I start? I mean, first and foremost, I am an artist, like a musician, since the beginning. Ooh, I got to get a little closer on that mic. I didn't realize. But yeah, no, from the beginning, I've always been kind of an artist, doing the whole music scene, playing shows, a lot of corporate gigs, a lot of weddings, I'm the wedding singer.
Oh,
but then, somehow in 2017, I was like, I'm ready to write a couple songs, see how it goes. And then I kind of went really hard into YouTube and video and kind of stumbled into the video creating world. And then I started just doing photography because I had a camera. And then next thing you know, I'm working on 10,000 other projects and meeting artists all over the place, just working on a million things.
And he does amazing. When he says videography and photography, he says it so loosely, but he does amazing work. He directed and filmed my music video with the McCreary sisters that's going to be on CMT soon. But you have how many videos already on CMT, music videos?
Well, you were the announcement for number 6.
Number 6.
So that's just
awesome. Yeah.
They're all just planned and scheduled up, and I'm just watching it happen.
So
it's
that
so
tells
cool.
you the level of work and talent that he has to have a total of 6 videos on CMT that he's filmed and directed and all kinds of stuff. And then I got a new one coming out pretty soon here of an artist, 16-year-old singer-songwriter, Mississippi singer-songwriter, Miss Charlie Cheyenne, that I'm
That's
producing.
Right.
Chaz came in and did an in-studio music video for Charlie, and that's going to be coming out soon with her first single, and we're super excited about that.
Yeah,
Magic
that's such a great
music.
song.
Yeah.
Magic music.
I know. I can't wait to hear. I did like a whole choir arrangement of backup vocals. So I can't wait to hear that, and then I just can't wait to hear everything finished. Everybody's so talented, you know, you included with the video and the band and just everybody.
It's
you know?
ridiculous how talented that like I feel like every time I turn around, there's like another person that's just like incredible in some kind of way that I'm just like, I didn't even know you could be like.
Right.
So I don't know. Everybody's just got such a unique little like skill set and their connections. Like look at where we are today. Like I had no idea this is going from the first moment that I met you when you came in for
right?
Was that a live session? Yeah. And it just stumbled into that. And it's incredible.
Absolutely. Welcome to Music City, you know, because that's how it is. Tell the pizza guy, you know, play me the guitar and he'll just tear it up. You know, that's how it is in Music City. Everybody sings and everybody plays. But speaking of playing, you want to get into a little bit of music and play a song for them?
Yeah, sure thing. Let's do it. I'm gonna play a couple things. This one right here is kind of a newer song. I got a new project coming up. I've been switching. Give a little bit of a preface of it real quick. I've been switching direction because normally I do like a lot of this kind of cookie cutter pop music, and now I'm kind of transitioning a little bit. I want to get a little bit more back to my roots, and so kind of getting this folksy vibe that also hits a little bit into like more like later on it goes into this progressive rock vibe. So it's kind of an interesting transitional phase, but I feel like it kind of brings me back down to my roots from going to all this pop. So, but it's like just a couple simple songs, and this is like one of them called "You Play and I Stay," which is pretty cool. I had a girlfriend that I used to live with, and every time she was leaving the house, I'd be like, play music just to keep her, you know, because every time she'd say, if you play, I'm going to stay. Like, so she'd be like, walking out the house, and I'd be like, okay, well, like, you know, following her outside, playing some kind of song, singing, really cheesy, like embarrassing stuff. But found out she was like moving out not too later. So then I ended up writing this song, and it's just a song about life. So yeah, it's called You Play and I Stay. Let's see how it goes. And the beat, we just hang around in the trees like the birds begin to sing. Well, girl, we just sing along with some ease. Well, I know you got to go, but baby, don't fly away without me. It'd be like take a shot, make it two, make us ready. Hell, I'll have one too. Like a song we both sing along like the birds in the trees. One more time. we can sing it one more time. Oh, won't you please sing with me? La 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 da da la da da la da da la da da la da da. Yeah. La da da la da da la da da la da da.
Yeah, Chaz Mazzota, everybody on Radio Free Nashville. You're listening to Angela Easley's Rockin' Blues Roots Review. I'm your host, Angela Easley, and happy November, everybody. We hope you had a great Halloween, and we hope you're enjoying the fall. The leaves have been absolutely beautiful. I love this time of year and the change of season. I had a friend who has been in Florida for a while, and she was talking about how she misses the 4 seasons. And we are so lucky here in Tennessee that we get to experience those. Sometimes we get to experience them, it seems like, all in one week.
No, for real. Like, this week has been nuts.
Yeah.
We had like this false fall that hit, and then it was like so beautiful, and then it's like freezing cold, and then all of a sudden everything's dead in the trees, and I'm like,
fake winter. Now summer's back.
And now it's like, yeah, it's been rainy and muggy for like the last 2 days. It's like, I don't even want to go outside.
No, it's crazy. But yes, welcome to Nashville, Tennessee. But it's all good. We're having a great time anyway. So we're hanging out with Chaz Mazzota. Now you have everything. Tell everybody. We'll tell this several times so everybody can catch it. Tell them where they can look you up, your website, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can check me out anywhere. It's just my name. It's Chaz Mazzota. So if you're looking for social medias, it's literally at It's Chaz Mazzota, ITS CHAZMAZZOTA, and everywhere else it's literally just without the it's. So if you go to my website, it would be chazmazzota.com. It's a lot of Z's.
Yeah,
it's a lot going on.
He's the Z man. Now you have had some great success with your streaming platforms with your singles. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, no. With all the singles and the music I've been putting out, and that I have put out, so it all started, back 2017. I started putting out a little bit of music, and then I really got on this YouTube kick where I was putting, I was in the heat of learning all this video and creative stuff. I was producing music. I was living in a house full of these other like musicians and influencers, and we were just constantly like creating. So I got on this YouTube kick. I was making a cover a week.
Yeah.
And I was just putting them out there, and I boosted, kept going. Kind of burnt out a little bit, but I built this little fan base.
Yeah.
And then, I started getting some collaborations from there. A couple artists that I've like reached out via Instagram or something, and then even some Facebook groups, and just push comes to shove, got a couple placements like that. And then what happened was a little bit in like 2019, I put out a couple singles, and they were doing okay, but not anything crazy. I'm not really big into playlisting. I'm not really big into like a lot of marketing aspects of the music industry. I feel like just from the side that I work in video photo, it can be a little like hard to figure out where you want to go.
Yeah.
And so I got really into Facebook ads. And so kind of just learning ad funnels, all that work about how are these artists that are out here, making a living off of just, making $50K a year off of just making their music, and people support that. And I just got like so hooked on that. And yeah, I don't know what happened. I just started getting involved in the Facebook ads and started running some ads for like my older music that I put out like in 2019 that hadn't popped, and I kind of brought it back to life.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then that's when it clicked in my head. It's like, okay, like even if a song is old, it's new. So as long as like they're not, if they've never heard it, it's new.
Right. Exactly. It doesn't matter when you wrote it. If they haven't heard it, it's still new.
Exactly. And it's like just keep pushing it out. And if you have a couple, on the ad side of things, I started to learn it's like if you have a couple things that are just pushing out to new people, pushing out some of the things that are better performing, obviously. And then you push that out, you bring them into like your net, and then you're able to like do some retargeting, hit them with, if you want to sign up for your emails or, hey, I'm playing a show on this, or hey, I got this new song coming out. It just makes it easier to connect with the artist without having to, juggle all this, like, what do I do next?
Right.
And so I pushed a lot of Facebook ads, and that's honestly, it's helped my music career. I've like all my numbers, they all tend to like correlate. They look very organic now, which feels good. Like my save rates seem to be good, and like it's on a good rise. I do get on actual playlists. I just don't. They're not like playlisting by some EXO company that has a playlist playing in the gym at some random gym where nobody's really like listening, going, "Oh, I like that song that I'm hearing on the treadmill." No, nobody's. Most of the time they have their own headphones in. It's just kind of playing to fill the noise.
Right.
But the other side of the Facebook ads was I was able to get people who are adding it to their personal playlist. So like, let's say like Tommy Sue over here, like adds it to her. I'm in my moods, like rainy moods playlist.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I can see that on the Spotify for Artists side. You can see it. And it gets, it doesn't get 1,000 streams, but it gets 15.
Yeah.
And when you have 3,000 people that are listening to that song 15 times, that starts to add up.
Right.
And at the end of the day, those are the people that matter anyway. Those are the ones that are listening. Those are the ones that are saving it. Those are the ones that are like, sharing it. When like I go on Instagram sometimes now, and I'll wake up, because a lot of my stuff is outside of the U.S., and I'll wake up to like somebody in the Philippines or somebody in Thailand who's just like laying in their bed and they're like lip singing my song. And or they got one of my music videos, which are my music videos are not as cool as the music videos that I make for everybody else, but
they're pretty cool though. I've seen.
I try my best with what I can do on the outside, but they're pretty simple though. I try to keep it simple. It's usually just me in a location singing and performing, and to see that people like enjoy that and watch that and they do share it. It's so different than when I was first growing up. It's like I never felt like anybody like rocked with my music. And nobody ever really like, I don't know. I never got the encouragement that everybody's looking for when they first come out. Other than like, it's awesome, you're doing your music, man. Yeah. But when people start to really dig in, they go, oh, like I love this song. It changed my life.
Yeah, when it touches them and you connect with them,
and you're
finding your audience. Yeah, that's what it is.
And it's
and that's part of finding your voice as an artist too. I think everybody kind of goes through that to begin with. You're just trying to find your voice, but then once you really start finding your voice, that's when you find your people too that it resonates with. But yeah, that's amazing. I've been very impressed. So what would you say if you could give somebody a tip as a listener and as an independent artist? What advice would you give them as far as running their ads? Is there anything that just like sticks out? Or
I mean, first things first is like I'll have to keep an eye on my Instagram, because I just made a couple guides that I'm working very big in a community. I like to give back as much as I can, and so I also like to like sit down and when artists want to learn this stuff, I sit down and I tell them, hey, this is how I'm doing it. Like, and you can tweak it any way you want, but this is what's been working for me, and this is the basics of like, here's all the junk that they're saying in the world, and here's kind of like the quick, 1 + 1 = 2.
Right.
Kind of like thing.
And that's what people really want. Like, break it down, because we're all limited on time, especially independent artists when you're doing so many things.
But so for that, I'm going to have this little guide. It's an ad funnels foundations is kind of what I call it. And I'll give you a quick, like 30-second walkthrough.
Okay,
well, it might not be 30 seconds, but I'm long.
Whatever it is, it's
but
good.
Essentially, like,
roll with it.
Whatever platform you're going on, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Google, whether it's like, Snapchat, you could do anything you want. But first note is like, just pick one. So it's like, if you want to push like your music and grow on Instagram, like stick to Facebook and Instagram. Those are one company. Work with that. If you want to grow on YouTube, stick to Google Ads. Like, if you start doing too many things at once, you're diluting your budget, and you're trying to grow on too many things at once. It spreads you thin.
Right.
So definitely like pick one. So if I was going to say, like, for me, I'm big Facebook, Instagram. Like, the retargeting options are great, and it's just a little bit easier, and Instagram's just nice. At least for me so far. But yeah, so you pick your platform, and then you pick as well, like, what platform do you want to grow on? Like outside of that. So like if I want to grow on Spotify? Do I want to grow on Apple Music? Do I want to grow on Amazon Music? Like,
Right.
You kind of have to like
Pick
make
your targets. Yeah.
make a decision.
Yeah.
And if you don't really know where to go, maybe go Spotify. Like, so I'll just stick with me. I typically focus on Spotify. The cool part is if you do run ads, believe it or not, there is trickle down or people organically start to find you on other platforms.
Yeah.
So just trust the system sometimes. Just like trust it through and like trust that if you're doing your job as a musician, putting out the music that you believe in, content that you believe in, people will stick and they
Yes.
will start to discover you elsewhere as long as you're consistent.
Yes. Consistency is key. That is big.
So, yeah. So I would start with So once you figure out your platform, where you want to push it, where you want to go, keep it small. Like if you want to focus on cities, if you want to tour, keep it local. Where are you? Like, where are you? If I'm in Nashville, Tennessee, where do I realistically want to tour?
Yeah.
Maybe 1 or 2 states away. I'm not looking to go LA, LA, New York, and then Miami all at one trip.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
It's a waste of resources and a waste of your time and talent. You could put it into one. So look
Right.
for local neighboring areas. And then once you get down to the ad part, it's 2 portions. So you have video ads and then you have conversion ads. So video ads is what I call is just kind of like feeding the baby. So you build this audience within the network. So let's say Facebook. I upload my music videos, whether it's a performance video of my original music. Don't do cover music for this because licensing and all that.
Right.
So you get your original music. Maybe it's like something like what we did with you. Like your music video is
Right.
beautiful. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's performance. It looks live. It feels live, and it has that, or just some kind of engaging, like live-looking content. And you just run that, and you promote it natively on Facebook.
yeah.
So like I don't run that on Instagram. I don't run it. I run it on Facebook. The full video, just like you would upload it to YouTube.
Yeah.
And essentially, you just run that for views. And throughout the targeting programs like Facebook and Google and all that, they all have the same thing. You can narrow it down by people who have watched 25%, 50%, 75%, 95%. And your idea is to pump that full, target enough. You put in some details like similar artists that or register on the platform, a couple little pre-qualifiers like age range, like and you just funnel it. So you get 1,000 people to watch 95% is like that's what your goal
Yes.
is, right? Get 1,000 people to watch 95% of your videos. You can create what's called a lookalike audience. That means it's not your real data, but it uses the data that the ether has, like so Facebook's data.
Right.
And they say these are people that are 99.9% similar to the people that you've already got.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So it helps.
Yeah, yeah.
But it uses like the machine learning AI. So it's not really our information, but it kind of helps cut our costs. It helps build that down. So you get an audience like that and you have this lookalike, and then you've also got this audience of 1,000 people. You can start feeding them conversion ads, which is offers. So like, let's say that's where retargeting comes in. You say you want to hit them with an email offer. You can hit all those 1,000 people that are watching 95%. You hit them with an email offer. Hit them with the offer of like,
Awesome.
buy my
Yeah.
CD, buy my
Yeah.
merch, buy my this. Like they're as what you would consider a warm audience because
Yeah.
they know you. They've watched 95% of your video,
Yeah.
not 3%. Like they've seen your ad a couple times or they watched the whole thing. So that's kind of a tip for that. And the only other conversion ad I would say is it gets a little bit of, this is kind of like an in-between of like feeding the baby with the videos and then like an offers. And this would be like a Spotify conversion ad, which is like my main kind of ad. And that's just a 15-second Instagram story ad, like a little bumper ad.
Right.
You know what I mean? In 15 seconds of something engaging. So like
Right.
your music video, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool lyric part of it. And it just
Yeah.
says, listen on Spotify. And it doesn't take you directly to Spotify. So that's the trick. That's what the conversion event is for.
Okay.
And it takes you to, like, let's say a landing page. So maybe a page on my website that has a link, a button on it, and like the picture of the song.
Okay.
The album cover.
Yeah.
Nothing. The only thing you can do is click that button. And when you click that button, that's the conversion. That conversion launches, opens up Spotify. Excuse me. And so basically the odds of somebody saving your song after doing that extra step of clicking your page, like they're much more likely to like save your song. And when they save it, that's like Spotify says it's 7 times more, like they listen to it at least 7 times.
Yeah. Awesome.
So when you're getting like a 20 to 30% save rate coming from like an ad that's clicked and it cost you 50 cents,
right.
that's not too bad.
Yeah.
50 cents to get somebody to listen to your song who's they're going to 20, 30% of the time, and that number can train. I've had ones where it's getting 80% save rates. Like
Yeah.
it just averages 20 to 30 depending on your song. But the idea is like if you can get that, like that's a good step. That's a warmer audience. So then the people that are even converting on the Spotify side, those are a better audience to feed your offers. But also it just helps you grow, and like because most people are clicking an ad within 7 seconds anyway.
Right.
They're not watching the full thing, so it's like
Yeah.
that's why you have that extra step, is to avoid accidentals. Let's say, oop, I accidentally clicked your ad. Now I'm not paying for that.
Yeah.
But they do that extra step. They must have liked that 7 seconds they heard, or liked what they saw at least enough. So it's a lot to take in, but it really is. It comes down to just like having a couple basic systems in place. And yeah, and as I said, I'm going to have a little guide pop out soon and
That's
try
amazing.
to just be transparent with it.
Yeah. Well, that's so great because in today's market, with the independent artists, there's so much power in our hands,
Exactly.
And but yeah, and to have just people that are willing to share and learn and grow and share their knowledge is awesome. Well, are you ready to get into another song for us?
Oh yeah,
in this segment before we take a break and play some other stuff. You're listening to Radio Free Nashville. I'm your host, Angela Easley. You're listening to Angela Easley's Rock and Blues Roots Review. My guest tonight is Chaz Mazzota.
All right. So this is the second song out of the 3-part series, which is my next project. That first one was song number 1. That's a song about life. This next one is a song about love. And the third one's about war. So it's life, love, and war.
I love it.
But yeah, so the first one is You Play and I Stay. This one is called Best.
The next one's going to be called Eat, Love, and Pray.
What is it?
I said the next one's going to be called Eat, Love, and Pray.
Eat, love, and pray, you know? I'm here for it, dude. Oh, I'm so glad to be here. All right, this one's called Best.
We're friends. We can cackle like that.
You got me, okay. All right, this one's it, I swear. Yeah. I could be staying up late in the foyer with the kettle on our tea time, that's for you. Yeah, if that's good enough. And keep the guitars out, we can play some tunes, turn the lights down low just to keep the mood, yeah. That's good enough. Because lately, well, I've been on the defense, feeling crazy, or feeling so stressed, but you know that I'll be here for you always. If you let me know now, I won't let you down. But sometimes, yeah, I might slip up. And though it might just seem I'm on the other street, I'm only paving the way so you don't dirty your feet, oh no. 'Cause baby, I love you, yeah. Well, and I'll give you my best. Yeah, I'll give you my best. Well, it could be me and you. It's just like 2 + 2, and we could add them up together. We could stick things through. Yeah. That's good enough. We could pick a lunch in the afternoon and maybe hit Love Circle just to keep the mood. Yeah, that's good enough. Because lately, well, I've been on the defense, I'm feeling crazy, feeling so stressed. But you know that I'll be here for you always. If you let me know now, I won't let you down. But sometimes, yeah, I might slip up. And though it might just seem I'm on the other street, I'm only paving the way so you don't dirty your feet. Oh no, yeah. 'Cause baby, I love you, yeah. Well,
I give you my best. Give you my best. Ooh. Yeah, Chaz Mazzota on Radio Free Nashville. I'm your host, Angela Easley. You're listening to the Rock and Blues Roots Review on WRFM, LP Pasco, Tennessee. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Stick around.